Hello everyone and welcome to episode 7 of my Feed the Beast Let's Play. Today we shall build some ore processing stuff. And the sound we're calling derped up, which means we call it game sound but not my voice, so I'm doing a voiceover right now. So the audio is going to be quite out of sync. So yeah, I just showed you a mod that adds storage blocks for a variety of stuff, which is quite nice. And yeah, I have a load of chests. At the point where I'm recording this voiceover, there are actually even more chests. So, for our ore processing system, we shall use the mod thermal expansion, because it's the best option that we have available at the moment. The two other options being just straight up smelting everything, which really sucks because we could get twice as much stuff. And yeah, here is where I'm going to build the machine room, like the sort of hollow I just showed you right there. I'm going to dig a bit into the mountain, and yeah, this is my farm. I'm going to dig a few blocks into the mountain and build a roof around that. Over that, so we'll have a nice big machine room. And yeah, the reason we're using thermal expansion, as I said, the other two options we have is straight up smelting everything, which sucks because we only get one piece of metal for each ore, or using industrial craft, which I believe is slightly cheaper, but that really doesn't matter. And yeah, I'm starting to lay out stuff here. And yeah, I've decided to dig 2 blocks into each side of the mountain. We'll leave that hole there, that's gonna be the door. Though later on I'm actually gonna close it. So, yeah, the other thing is straight up smelting everything, which obviously sucks. Or industrial craft, which only gives us 2 pieces of ore per, 2 pieces of metal per ore, while thermal expansion gives us a few additional ingots. Like sometimes you get additional dust, so like when you pulverize tin you may get some pulverized iron as well, so that's why it's better than industrial craft. And really it's not really that expensive. So I've laid this out. I'm going to stand up here and fade over to when I have built up the walls, which I shall do by putting down a torch right under me so I can position myself exactly. As you can see, I'm doing that right now. And now I'm looking at the torch and fade and boosh! Walls. Few seconds for you, few minutes for me. I actually had to smell up some more stone bricks, I think. So now I'm going to use that torch over there while I build the roof. And fade. Yeah, this is a bit derpy. As you can see, it's actually alright. As you can see, it's actually alright. It was just media player derping up, and hey, the textures are connecting, because yeah, I have Optifine and I didn't even know it did that. So I'm going to look in here, remove all the torches, I think, because they're just randomly strewn about. But of course, as soon as it's getting dark, I'm gonna just splatter torches everywhere once again. And look, Optifine also does clear water. You can see stuff underwater. Isn't that awesome? Yes, it is. And I forgot what I'm gonna do now, because it's been over a week since I actually recorded this stuff, so I kind of forgot what it is. I think even nearly 2 weeks, because I had very little time to do this. I'm just now taking the time for that, and I've actually already started recording episode 8. So yeah, where we shall go to the nether. Okay, I just made a cut there for no good reason, I think. And I'm just seeing my NEIs on cheat mode. I think I went into my test world to test something, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, here I'm preparing to craft up a pulverizer. This is actually the only crafting you're gonna see. This is actually pretty much the only crafting you're gonna see me doing, because while I'm doing a bit more, I'm cutting that out because it's really derpy. Unlike rambling for 5 minutes waiting for stuff to pulverize, and really that's no fun to watch. So I'm sparing you the pain of hearing me ramble and watching me run around doing pretty much nothing, just waiting. And yeah, just crafted up a machine frame in the piston because I know that we need those for a pulverizer. And yeah, this is me noticing my any eyes in cheat mode, which I usually only notice when I try to look up a recipe, and instead it gives me the items. So redstone reception call, we need that thing. As the wiki states, it is used by devices that need to receive redstone energy. It uses gold. There's a similar recipe using silver that's used for sending energy, and then for things that need to both send and receive energy, there's yet another recipe using electrum, which, as you might know, is an alloy or a blend of gold and silver. Kind of makes sense. And yeah, this is a Railcraft steam engine. I decided to go with that because they produce by far the most power out of my fuel, which is coal coke mostly. And yeah, they produce the most fuel. The only disadvantage is that they have to heat up, but that setup is only temporary anyway. I'm going to suck lava from the nether and use magmatic engines later to power my stuff. And even later I think I'm probably going to just have massive amounts of ultimate hybrid solars and using energy bridges, or yeah, I think energy bridges to convert the power. I think yeah, that's a renewable thing. That seems like pretty much the best way to do it. I'm also gonna change matter fabricators a bit. I re-enabled mass fabricators in the GregTech config file, and my plan is to have matter fabricators as sort of an upgrade to mass fabs. They are more expensive, but I'm also gonna make them like use less energy, so that they are better but like a higher tier of technology, because it seems to me that this kind of makes sense. And also GregTech hard mode is annoying, so I'm disabling it. In here I'm going to make an infinite water pool, because obviously those steam engines need water. I'll be feeding them manually for now, but I'll be making something to automatically feed them, and I'll also be adding more of them. Right now I'm only doing the bare minimum for any sort of processing. Later on we're going to have 4 engines linked using conductive pipes to a few machines. I'm also going to use powered furnaces because that's more efficient than cooking the stuff in a furnace. At least I think so. Wait, let me check. Yeah, I'm making a lever because unlike thermal expansion engines, which I've used in the last world, you can't just set those to automatically run. Okay, so the powered furnaces takes 160 MJ per thing. Now let me look up how much you get from the steam engine I'm using here. Okay, coal coke has 6.4 K heat. Each K heat is 4000 MJ. Let me calculate that. That's 6.4 times 4,000. That's 25,600 MJ divided by 160. Hey, divided by 160 equals, it does not, yeah. There we go. That's interesting. So we can actually smelt 5 times as much items by using coal coke in a steam engine than by using it in a regular furnace. I'm telling you, this stuff is insane. Like, Railcraft steam is incredibly efficient as producing power, it seems. And pretty much the only reason I'm not using it all the time is that it is slow. And I think I must have miscalculated somewhere. Even though coal coke is a pretty crazy fuel, so that might actually be accurate. Anyway, I just crafted up 3 more pistons because I'm about to make even more stuff. And oh yeah, I also just got interrupted. Wow, I did that cut so smoothly I didn't even notice. That's nice. Though if it had recorded the actual audio I probably would have noticed. And this is me derping up the recipe for gears. And also, yes, inventory tweaks is cool because you can scroll with your mouse wheel, and then with each time you scroll it will just transfer over one single item. And that's what I just did. And this is me stealing gold from my thing, which I'm just going to throw into a furnace with charcoal to cook it up. So yeah, this is me waiting for the gold to cook up. This is a bit derpy, but I'll be making a cut when this is cooked up. I think. Yeah, I did. At least when enough cooked up, which actually took only a few seconds. Because I realized I didn't even need that much. As you can see, I've got just enough. I'll have exactly 1 nugget left over, to be precise. Which I like to be because, hey, I like math and yeah, and precision and stuff like that. And this is me realizing it's darker than in Cthulhu's beard in here, so I'm throwing some torches around. And the steam engine is not able to run this very swiftly, which is annoying. The cause of many much derpiness in this video. Actually, I've got a really long clip and I'm afraid that it's pretty much more of the same stuff, but I'll hope not, and I don't want to cut it out because then my episode's gonna be too short. And I don't really know what to add to this. So, second engine, I'm stealing a piece of coke here and then deciding that that's not such a good idea because when heating up, those engines consume a lot more fuel. Like, yeah, they consume fuel a lot faster. They've actually still got the doorway open, it seems, which is not a very good idea. There we go, burning up the coke. And hopefully this is gonna run faster now. Oh no, I did close it off. That's much better. And don't worry, game sounds aren't broken, it's just that there's nothing to hear right now. At least I hope so. Steam is rising, I think once it's around halfway full. Oh no. actually as soon as it has any steam at all. Yeah, some more torches. Even more. Yeah. Because otherwise it's just really dark in here, and that's not nice. We are back after a good night's sleep. And yeah, I'm gonna make a cut. I don't know what's gonna come afterwards. Oh right, I've got bricks in hand, so I must be making something. What might that something be? Well, this is actually where I did the big cut, because I had like the whole crap ton of derpiness. So yeah, I'm actually picking up my stuff, and I have crafted some powered furnaces, which I have in my hand right now. And I don't know what I'm doing right now. Oh right, I want to make a crescent hammer, which is basically a fancy wrench that can also be used to rotate chests, which is kind of neat, but also annoying if you've got it in your hand and you're trying to rotate chests. Oh, and also, did you know 2 sticks smelt exactly 1 item? Just, I thought you might be interested in that. So, yep, I'm gonna dig out a little back area in here to just so I can kind of run around behind all the stuff that's here. And I think right now I'm counting out where I want stuff to be. Of course, I'm closing off that infinite water pool, because I also made an aqueous accumulator. This is a little machine that does not use any power, and that slowly produces water over time. However, if you place it next to 2 water sources, so basically where there would otherwise be an infinite water source, he actually produces power way faster. And that's what we are going to use to provide water to our engines. And so far it's worked great. Like every single build I've done with those has worked really great, because they produce way more water than anything needs. It's almost like somebody's constantly just sitting there and constantly bucketing water out of the infinite source. Just to give you a comparison of the rate at which this thing works. So it's pretty insane. And it's also really cheap. Like, yeah, just machine frame and some tin and a bucket and a pneumatic servo, which is basically like a small redstone motor for stuff that doesn't really need power. And yeah, I'm digging out an area behind my machines. And now pretty soon I'm going to realize that I do not have anything to make waterproof pipes. However, I am going to find a way to fix that. See, right now I realized it, and I'm looking up recipes for waterproof beeswax. We're not there yet. Cactus green, and that is it. How can we get cactus green? Oh my, we can transmute it from red dye. However, we do not have aluminium stone yet. That's next episode. We can make it from tiny cactuses though. Where do we find those? We find them in a mountain ridge biome. I explored this seed in a creative world, just so I could, like, I basically made a creative world, and I intended to make a few to find good seeds, but this was the first one, and there was an awesome place to live, this one, pretty much right next to spawn. And yeah, I did not find anything. However, after traveling like really far, a few like 1,000 or 2,000 blocks away, I think, I found a desert, and I brought back 4 cacti. I think I might have already cooked half of them up, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, I think I brought back 8 and cooked those up, but I can't remember too well. There may be some more. However, I'm positively, definitely not going to cook them all up. And I was in cheat mode again because I was in my test world. Which is, by the way, like just a super flat world. And in some episode I might show it, but there's not much interesting there yet. So yeah, right, I'm gonna go straight for golden waterproof pipes because hey, it's not like we are really short on gold, and I forgot to take some glass. Also, I'm gonna reorganize these chests and add some more because at the moment they are a little disordered. The way it is now, I've only got one chest that's like really derpy, and the rest are pretty much well ordered. There we go, and now I'm trying to figure out where to place the Lacus accumulator without preventing access. And now, right now I'm thinking that it would be awesome if it would accept water sources on top and bottom, and I'm going to make a cut in a few seconds to go into my test world and test out if that works. However, I can tell you all already that it does not, and that I'll figure out a way to do that, which is, however, very ugly. There we go. There's a water source behind the Axis accumulator, and I'm gonna place some of that pipe, and I just figured out that I need to flip it because this will not work. I'm going to try using the crescent hammer on this because, well, for most buildcraft and thermal expansion machines, a wrench rotates them. However, on this guy it does literally nothing, which sucks. However, you can pick the machines up using it. And I think, though I'm not sure because I was talking, that I just heard an Enderman. But even if I did, it's no biggie because he's not angry at me. Why would he be? This is the wrong sort of pipe, and there we go, pipes. Now I'm gonna place down a piece of dirt right there, and we should be good. Engines are getting watered. I put down some pipes under the engines. I'm going to dig a trench under the machines in order to... Oh, that's definitely an Enderman somewhere, but he doesn't seem angry. It might be raining outside. Because no, I don't think it is, because even though I've got rain turned off, I would see something like, you know, a grey sky, and I'm not seeing that. And now I'm flipping my engines. Alright, I got interrupted, and yeah, as you can see, the engines have already filled up, which is very awesome. You can see just how fast this thing is. And the pipes are also full of water, so whenever those engines use up a bit of water, we should still be alright. And I don't know what I'm doing right now. Oh right, levers for the engines, of course. Because those guys need a redstone signal. So I'm just putting levers everywhere, and we are good. And I've got the pulverizer between the two furnaces, because then I can configure it to just spit out the metal dust right into the thingies furnaces, and then if I configure those correctly, they'll just take it, and all the machines are just gonna spit the stuff out the back. Once again, I don't know what I'm doing because hey, this was like what, 2 weeks ago. Oh right, a double chest for like catching all the items. Now I'm gonna need golden pipe. Actually not, but well, it's not really necessary, but I'm still gonna make some. And iron pipe to like merge the item streams together. Here we go. I hope I didn't forget my wrench, though I probably did. Digging out. Here we go. So here we go. Golden, iron, iron again, and golden again. Later on I'm gonna put an iron pipe there and move the chest to up above the pipe, just so that I can... Oh, what am I doing? Oh right, I'm configuring the stuff. You can see input from the left, output to the back, everything else is blank. This guy as well. Input, which is blue from the top, output to the output secondary to the back, and main outputs to the sides. That's working. It'll evenly distribute the stuff among the two sides. Now I'm just grabbing some pulverized iron because I want to make something. I don't know what, but I'll see. Also recently tested out an awesome idea for a tree farm, and I'm also gonna build. And yesterday I saw some guy's video about an iron golem farm. You might have seen GregTech's huge iron trench video, but that's actually not what I'm gonna make, because that's just too huge, and also it uses redstone from 1.5, which I might be able to replicate in Feed the Beast using red power and computer craft and whatnot. Oh, and also making a hopper. This is basically like 4 buffer slots, and when there's space in the inventory below them for an item that they have, they'll spit it out. So that's gonna allow me to just throw a few stacks of ore in there and let it go. So right, I was talking about GregTech's iron trench. It's really awesome. It spawns like a golem like every 11 seconds or so. So yeah, that's really a huge lot. And I made a cut, and I don't know why. I think I might be about to grab... Yeah, I'm grabbing some fuel. So yeah, the iron trench, it's really awesome, but it's also like very involved. It would probably take a pretty long time to actually build this, because he built it in survival in his video, and it took him like, I don't know, wild guess here, like 40 minutes or so. And I don't want to do that to you, because building it in survival is going to take even longer. Oh, and he did do cuts when filling in stuff or repeating stuff. It still took him that long, because there's just so much redstone. I mean, of course we could use computer craft to just automate away most of it, but I think even that's a bit too involved with his design. However, there's a simpler one that's also smaller, and I think it also looks very nice, by another guy who saw GregTech's first video on village stacking, and he did something else, because yeah, cheat mode again, because I wasn't my test world. And an induction smelter. We're gonna need that later at some point. In fact, I'm gonna build one in the next episode, because we want to go to the nether. And holy derp again, I just cut myself off, so goodbye and see you next episode, which should be coming out shortly, since I've already